Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to my keto journey, episode 12. For those of you that were paying attention last week, you would have noticed that I did not, in fact, do my keto journey episode 12 last week. It's coming in this week, and that's because basically I took, 9 days off of keto. So, after my last weigh-in a couple weeks ago, was just a little frustrated with my plateau, and I thought maybe a day or two of debauchery and having carbohydrates in my meals might kind of get my body back into fat burning mode. Well, as is often the case, 2 days of debauchery turned into 9 days of debauchery. So here we are. And I'll give you the numbers. So they are right here. As of this morning, I was 349.6. That's up 2.1 pounds from 2 weeks ago, where I was 347.5. And I know that that's probably okay. Mostly because I know that had I weighed myself during that time, I would have been much more than that. So I've gotten, a full 5 days now of keto back in my body. So I'm sure that took off a lot of the weight that I had gained over those 9 days. So what am I learning from this? What I'm learning from this is that I need to stop taking these hiatuses. Hiati? What's the plural of hiatus? Is it hiatuses? That just sounds funny. Anyway, I need to stop taking time off from keto. And that's not to say that never a carb shall pass these lips again. And when I do that, you said doo-doo. When I do that, I need to figure out some way to get back on it ASAP versus saying, oh, well, if I go off for Saturday, then that's fine. I'll get back on it on Sunday. And then that turns into 7 or 8 days of just not giving an F. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now, is how to break this thing that keeps telling me that, oh no, you'll be fine, just go ahead and eat carbs. So that's one thing that I wanted to talk about this week. The other thing is I had a meeting with a health coach this week, and it was kind of vague in terms of how she coaches people. And so I decided to take the call. And prior to taking the call, I did some research on her and found out that they are part of a program not unlike 30-10, where you eat a bunch of processed foods and follow their regimen, and it helps you lose weight. Which, I mean, that's fine. I did 30-10, and it was fantastic for me. That's kind of what led me on this journey to begin with. And I don't want to be beholden to some company and their processed foods. I want to be able to eat whole, real foods and control my weight organically versus having to wait for my next shipment of things to come in. So I do appreciate the time that she spent on the phone with me. It was a little over an hour conversation that we had. I was expecting it to be about 15 minutes, and I appreciate where she was coming from. And she just didn't understand what I was trying to do with keto, intermittent fasting, and things like that. She was still pretty anchored in carbohydrates are not the devil, and you've got to eat 5 to 6 meals a day to keep the furnace stoked and that sort of thing. And really, that might work for some people. It absolutely doesn't work for me. I've tried it. I've been there, done that. And based on all of the research that I've done, for the past, going on 6 years now, I'm kind of convinced that this keto thing is the thing that I need to do. And so I'm really trying to stick with it. So the debauchery aside, the week of not eating keto and now being back on, I've signed up for, you might remember I did the keto masterclass with Rob Wolf a few weeks ago, and that was awesome. That was a lot of knowledge that I didn't have about keto before, and it was pretty awesome. I learned a lot, and I'm still having the struggles that I've been having. So Rob led me to a site called Keto Gains, and they have a boot camp. And so yesterday I signed up for that boot camp. It starts on the 26th of February. And so I'm hopeful that having an actual coach that I can talk to throughout the week, a Facebook group to kind of bounce ideas off of, etc., that I can really be diligent about tracking my macros. And I'm hoping through that, my goal with that is to figure out my body and how it really responds to different foods and different macronutrient configurations, I guess. So I'm going to give that a shot. That's 6 weeks. That should be good, and I think just having the accountability will certainly help as well. Goals for February, since this is my first one in February. Right now I am at 347.5, and my goal is to be under 335 by the end of the month. Now, that did not seem nearly as daunting when I was under 345 a couple weeks ago. Now that I'm just slightly under 350, the 15 pounds versus the 10 pounds seems a little more daunting. So I've really got to be diligent if I have any prayer of making that goal. I think it can be done. I need to figure out, and I think probably my biggest issue right now is getting enough protein. So I really need to be tracking my macros and making sure that I'm getting enough. There are days where I will just have my grab-and-go omelets, and that keeps me tied over well until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then have dinner with my lovely bride at home that evening, and that's about all I eat. And I don't think I'm getting enough protein through that, and probably getting close to what the Keto Gains calculator says that I need in calories, although it's probably still a little bit short. But I think the biggest thing is probably the protein. And so I think instead of almonds and cheese that I've been kind of using for snacks lately, I think I'm going to turn that into hard-boiled eggs, that sort of thing. So last thing that I want to mention, I know this is getting kind of a long video, it is somebody that I've been following on YouTube recently is Dr. Ken Berry. He's got some great videos on keto and whatnot, so I'll put a link to his here in the end screen to his channel. And if you want some more information on keto and that sort of thing, go ahead and check out his channel. Subscribe if you want, and I'd love it if actually you'd subscribe to this channel too. So right down below there's a little subscribe button, and then like everybody else says, click the little bell if you want to get notified every time I put up a video. And call me out when you don't see one of these videos. That's what I need. I need the encouragement to keep going and making sure that I'm putting these videos up, because that's what I promised that I was going to do, to kind of keep myself accountable. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, and cue the music.